Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
I'm Ross.
And I'm Andy.
Well done. You just did it yourself. I didn't even
jumping right in. I'm like a professional.
You're with us now. You're part of the gang. Welcome to the tribe. So we are continuing our Advent Calendar series. We have Mr. Lau back joining us again today. With the Brewing Projekt Advent Calendar. Ross is here with his Three Cellars calendar, and I am here with my Costco calendar full of Hell's Lagers. So we've got some interesting ones for you on tap here tonight. I did get a warning from my wife that I should not say that these are sponsored by the places, because they were not sponsored. They were not handed to us. They were not given to us. We paid for these Advent calendars. So we are not being sponsored by them. And you can tell I haven't been sponsored by Costco based on my reactions on this channel thus far. So without further ado, Ross, what are you drinking from Three Cellars tonight?
All right. So for me, I got from Milwaukee Brewing Company, I got their Plowed In. So they call it a winter ale or wintry mix. I don't see an ABV on it. And I didn't bother to look it up beforehand, so we'll say about 5.5%, 6% is a guess, but somewhere in there, I have no idea. This is definitely one I've had every year, though. It's definitely a big favorite of Molly and I every winter. We really enjoy this one. They're seasonal over at Milwaukee Brewing Company, so nice amber in color. Ross can't pour.
8%. 8%, by the way.
It's 8%?
All right.
It's 8%.
It normally doesn't have this much head. I just don't know what I'm doing.
But I don't know how to, we've seen that a million times on the channel. We've seen that a million times. That's normal for you.
So, get a nose on it. Similar to the Christmas ale I have from Great Lakes, kind of has some of those spices that you get from but it a little more maltier, I would say, on this one. It says ale. I think it's an amber ale, end of the day, because it looks and smells kind of like an amber ale does. So, all right, cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
And it's got that nice, like, Christmassy spices that you get. It has some nice hops that come through. Think of like a River West. Where a River West is, it's a Vienna lager, but it's got that little bit of hop characteristic to it. That's what this one does too, which adds just kind of like a nice bitterness to it. It's a real full body beer. It's actually kind of a filling beer, surprisingly, for being an ale. But it's really tasty. It's got a lot going on. And like I said, Molly and I look for this one every winter. We really, really, really like this one. We tend to buy a bunch of it. So I strongly recommend this one. It's a seasonal must-have. I think it's really good. As far as this, it's in the top quarter right now. I still want to say the Eagle Park one's the best one I've had so far. I was very surprised by that one. This is really good though, and like I said, every winter we get our hands on this, I would strongly suggest it to everyone else.
I always forget about that one. That is a really good beer.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the this time of year seasonals I look for. Like, we always try to get this one.
Did you touch your keyboard and change your aspect ratio for your video?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't even know what an aspect ratio is. So no.
All right. Fair enough. Mr. Lau, what is in the Brewing Projekt pack?
Well, we're about to find out. It's got a number 2 on it, so I'm going to open it up. And
you are a number 2.
We'll see what it is.
I don't know, Ross. Just give it to me, okay?
It's a real generic comeback.
It was.
What the French?
What the French? Ooh, I bet you that's going to be a French toast stout.
Imperial stout with cinnamon, maple, and vanilla. 6.9% again.
Nice.
6.9. Boy, they like that number.
I'm wondering
I don't know
if that's gonna.
So that's
I
an
don't know.
Imperial Stout?
What?
They call it an Imperial Stout?
They called it an Imperial Stout.
At 6.9% though?
My point, yeah.
That seems way low. Well,
We're
whatever.
not blaming you, Lau.
It's not your fault.
We'll give it a pour, and we'll see if I can stand up to your guys'
It's a
Imperial
really
Stout
low
reviews on
bar.
this. I think I'm getting a little cinnamon, and I'm definitely getting the maple. The maple is definitely coming through a ton.
Kind of what I would think would be on that nose.
I'm not getting any vanilla though, so we'll see if I can taste it. I don't think I'm very good at tasting vanilla in these types of stouts, but I'll give it a try. Okay, I got all of the add-on flavors in there, but it does not taste like an Imperial Stout. It is not, doesn't have that alcohol content that the Imperial Stouts usually do. It tastes like a regular stout with maple, cinnamon, and vanilla.
You get the vanilla and the
I get
palate.
I get a little of the vanilla right away, and then you get most of it's like it goes like vanilla, cinnamon, maple, and then it finishes in the stout area. To me, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but
I wonder how that compares to booze for breakfast. Because as soon as I saw the labeling, that's immediately what I thought of.
yeah. I mean, it's delicious, right? It's a stout with delicious flavors added into it, and they all play nicely together in the beer. But I just don't think I don't know if you can call it an Imperial Stout.
Ton of sweetness probably from the maple syrup, and then the cinnamon kind of gives it a bite to it, and then you've got the vanilla. Sure, that's tasty. Cool.
Yeah,
do you like that
very,
one
very
more
well
than
done.
the cheesecake? Like, what do you like more so far?
The cheesecake was good. I like this one more. This is something I'd probably go into the brewery downtown here and order, as opposed to that cheesecake one, which I don't know if I'd want to drink an entire one when I was sitting at the brewery.
Yeah.
But that's
fair.
also partially because, I mean, this thing, it tastes light. So that's why it's kind of like, I can't be, like, it doesn't have that kind of heft that some of the Imperial Stouts usually do.
Yeah.
And it's
Awesome.
pretty carbonated.
I like Brewing Projekt. I think that's a pretty cool little pack they're doing, and both sound pretty tasty.
So far, so good. I'm curious to see what the last 11 are going to be.
Me too.
All right, Josh,
so
what do you got?
So up last is the Costco pack. I do not have a Hell's Lager tonight, folks. So success. What I've got going tonight is a Keller beer. So this is from a brewery called Hernbrau. This is their Zwickel Keller beer. So Keller beer, I did a little bit of research on this because it's not a very well-known style. At first, I was thinking it was going to be more like a Hefeweizen, but Keller beer actually means cellar beer. And pretty much it's a standard Pilsner, but totally unfiltered. So this is about the same ABV as the rest I've had, 5%. Expectation is it's going to be kind of a dark gold color with some maltiness, similar to a Pilsner, but unfiltered. So it should be a little cloudier than the beers that I've had so far. So I've actually got a fancy glass tonight and not just my Stein. So let's pour this thing out. Yep, it's pretty much that straw gold color there. And it seems to be a lot more carbonated than the other ones. A lot of bubbles in this. So kind of interesting. It is a little cloudier, so a little bit less filtered, I think, than what we saw from either the Pilsner or any of the other ones that I've had so far. To the nose. It smells like the Pilsner. There's not a lot to the nose. There's like almost like a lemony sweetness to it, but mostly that and some minor hop bitterness. It smells like a slightly maltier Miller Lite is what it smells like on the nose. So here we go. Cheers, folks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is, right? It's pretty light. It's pretty refreshing. It's a little bit maltier. I think the mouthfeel is a little bit heavier mouthfeel on this, probably closer to medium body than what the Pilsner was on day one. And a little bit more malt character to it, but similar to that beer. Again, not much to this, a pretty standard German style beer, but refreshing. It's well made. It's a good beer. Nothing wrong with it at all. It is what it is, and I think it fits the style well. Not my favorite. I still think the Marzen beer, the Oktoberfest style one I had on day 2, whatever that was, is the best one that I've had so far out of the first 6, but another solid addition to the Costco pack. So good stuff. So gentlemen, thanks for joining. This is fun. We'll continue doing this. For those of you out in YouTube land watching us, more of these to come. I think in the Saturday video, I said we only had 19 left, which was wrong. We were on our 4th video that we recorded that day, and the math was wrong, and we both agreed on it being wrong. So we actually have, I think, 18 beers to go after this would be the correct math on that. So I hope it is this time, because I have had 1 sip of beer instead of a lot of beer. So hopefully we're right. Stick around for more of these. 18 more of them coming your way soon. So thanks, everybody. Check out the next one.
Thanks, gentlemen, and everybody out there watching.